Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Don't half look posh, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, we've got to look after things these days, Pikey boy. Don't make bands like this anymore, you know. You've got to nurture them with craftsmanship and oil and things. Look at that. That's real gold leaf. That is, see it?
Vanity. Sheer vanity. He just wants to bandy his name all over the town as if it was a tin of baked beans.
I think it looks rather jolly, you know. It'll cheer people up a lot as it runs along, even if there isn't any meat in it.
Wilson,
yes,
with their secret signs.
All right, yes.
This is very confidential.
Oh, I see, yes. Godfrey, would you mind gathering round? Yes. Jody, would you mind gathering round? As quick as you can. Would you mind just gathering round?
Wilson.
Yes, sir?
Wilson.
Yes, yes.
What did you do? Wilson.
I'm here, sir. I'm back.
Where are you? Wilson!
I'm over here, round the back, you see. Ah.
Do you want to shoot?
Sir?
You want to gather round?
You want me, sir?
What are you doing?
Well, you asked me to get the men to gather round confidentially.
What I have to say is confidential. Not the fact that they have to gather round. Now, pay attention.
Excuse me, Mr. Manring. Mr. Jones had his van done up. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Don't interrupt, Pike. You'll be sent home. What I have to say is highly confidential.
I say, it really does look awfully nice, doesn't it?
I beg your pardon?
Well, Jones's van, I mean, he really has done a marvellous job on it. Don't you think so, sir?
Yeah. Now, this area...
Excuse me, Mr. Manring. Excuse me. If Sergeant Wilson interrupts again, you're going to send him home?
I shan't tell you again, Pike. Now, this area has been selected for the divisional scheme. And the broad outline of the plan is...
You've knocked down my running ball.
Look, leave it where it is. We'll deal with that later.
Do that, Mr. Manring.
Be quiet.
He's put his great heavy leg on my...
You'd better be quiet, Mr. Jones, otherwise he'll send you home. He's got one of his moods on.
Now, 3 battalions of regular troops will move into this area of Warmington and Eastgate, and they will defend it in depth. Now, our task is a vitally important one. We are going to signpost the area so that the units reach their correct destination. Right? Now, the axis of advance is down the Clayton Road. Thus.
You shouldn't do that, Mr. Manring. You're spoiling my van, Mr. Manring. Look what
Oh,
you've
don't
done.
fuss. Don't rub off.
You're making it worse. Don't. You're desecrating it, Mr. Manring.
We can soon retouch that. Don't worry about it. Now, as you know, the signposts have been removed. So without our help, the whole convoy could end up in chaos. Now, that is why you've been asked to prepare secret signs so that they can find their way. Now, who's got the one for Warmington?
Oh, it's awfully good, Frank. Terribly good. Oh, yes. The hand is almost lifelike. Don't you think so, sir?
Yes, well done, Pike.
It's got dirty fingernails. I don't like that sort of thing.
Just one thing, Captain Mannering, it's pointing the wrong way.
How do you mean?
Coming down yon road, Warmington, it's to the left.
Ah. I'm just wondering who'll be the first to spot that.
Well, it's easily solved, isn't it?
stupid boy.
All you got to do is stand on your head.
Don't be impertinent, Pike.
It's quite simple, sir, quite simple. There you are. You just put it up thus ways. And then a body of men coming down the road will see that there's nothing on it, and they will find that intriguing. And they will say to themselves, I wonder if there's nothing also, as well as also, on the other side. And they will go round the other side, and it will be pointing the right way, and we shall win the war.
Who's got the Eastgate sign?
Oh, here it is, sir.
What's that?
Well, sir, you said it was secret, so I thought I'd better do it in code. The Chinaman for East, and a gate for gate. East Gate.
I don't think that's a very good idea at all.
Send him home.
Now, you'll be dropped off the van one by one, and I shall give the signal for that like this.
Do you mind not hitting that van in the aforesaid manner, sir?
Will you stop fussing, Jones? That is a war on your own.
Yes, sir, but there's no need to spoil my van. That's up to Hitler.
Now, it's quite on the cards that you'll have to drive the van across country, and you may well get stuck. Now, this in itself is not important, providing we're prepared for it. Jones, just get in the van, will you?
Right, sir.
Pretend you're driving across country and you get stuck.
Yes, right, sir. You won't have to hit my van again, will you, sir?
Just get in the driving.
Yes, very good, right, sir.
Now, the materials you should carry are 1, sawdust, 2, empty sacking, 3, planks, and 4, a length of rope. Now, with these and a certain amount of brute force, you should be able to overcome any hazard.
Num 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 num. Go along all right. Num 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 num. Oh dear, look, I got stuck.
All right, Jones, switch off. Switch off.
Right, sir, switch off, sir. Right, sir.
Right, now the wheels are spinning round. What do we do?
We use sawdust or straw to get a grip and maybe a wee bit of a push, eh?
Good. Right, take up your pushing positions.
Right, sir, yes.
I shall supervise from here. All right?
You, look, you're spoiling my van again. You made that all dangle, look.
I do wish you'd look after this van. Falling to pieces. Right, sawdust, Wilson.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Sawdust.
Over there, Uncle, by the wall.
What about it?
Put it under the wheel.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, under the wheel. Right. Right.
And don't dawdle. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
Right. Like this, sir, this sort of thing? That all right, like that?
Yes, you'll need a lot more than that.
Oh, right.
Right, clear it up, Pike.
He's only just thrown it down.
Where's the tell, boy? Now, that'll get you out of any mud or soft country. Of course, it would have done just as well had we used straw.
He's not throwing saw down as well, is he?
Now, a little wrinkle here that's worth knowing, in case you should meet any heavy ice. That is, let down the pressure of the rear tires. I'll just show you how to do that. It's very simple. Get out of the way. Sorry. If you just... Now, you just depress the needle of the valve and let it air out like this.
Hey! What are you doing to my van?
Well, seems to have got stuck. Give it a kick. Right. Oh, let's kick it a lot harder than that. The plunger's stuck. Come on.
Just a
First signpost to stand by.
He's standing by, sir.
Stand by to tick him off the list, Wilson.
Right, sir.
Now, this is a great responsibility and a great honour. One wrong sign, and the whole divisional scheme could be wrecked.
There's the building, sir. There it is.
First signposter out.
You're spoiling my van again, Mr. Mannion.
Don't be absurd, Jones. I've got to give the signal to the men.
Well, can't you make another noise that doesn't spoil my van?
Why don't you toot your hooter?
Ah, that's a good suggestion, Pike. We'll toot the hooter when we want you to disembark. Is that clear?
Did you hear? He's going to toot the hooter when he wants you to get out.
I have some good ideas sometimes, don't I?
Captain Mandarin.
Yeah?
The first man is alighted safely.
Right, drive on, Jones. Right, Jones. Signal the last man out. Tick him off the list, Wilson.
Right, sir.
Hey! My tutor won't toot.
Give it a good push, man.
You've got him broke my tutor now. I can't have anything left if you carry on like this.
But never mind, Jones. Go help in the war effort.
The signpost has just descended off the back, Mr. Mandarin.
Right, now turn the van round, Jones. Drive back to the crossroads. And when the convoy's gone through, then we can pick up everybody.
Get out of the way!
Yeah, go on, get out of the way, go on!
It's been left alone and uncared for.
We'll get out and investigate.
Appears to be no one with it, sir.
Well, I can see that, Wilson.
Captain Mandarin, perhaps the driver's gone off into the field to have a...
That'll do, Pike.
There's nobody in mind of the Marie Celeste. She was found abandoned in the midst of an empty ocean. Food on the tables, wine in the glasses, not a human soul aboard, the dead or alive, only the creaking of the rigging and the eerie cry of the birds. There's no striking, Captain Mandarin.
No, not really.
Captain Mandarin, there's a note here. It says, gone to get some coal.
Oh, we can't hang about. He might have gone for miles. We'll drive round. Back on the van, everybody.
Rather a lot of rain lately. Sure we weren't bogged down.
Oh, nonsense. The ground's as firm as a rock. Anybody can see that. Everybody on the van.
Excuse me, sir. Wouldn't it be better if some of us were to stay off the van so we could lighten the load?
You're not very scientific, are you, Wilson? Anybody knows that extra weight gives more traction to the driving wheels.
Oh.
Do use your common sense.
Oh, that's
Go on.
right.
Right, drive on, Jones.
Mandarin, we start.
Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Do you think some of them should stay on so as to give more traction to the wheels?
Don't be flippant, Wilson.
The men are in the pushing position, sir.
Right.
Captain Manning, sir.
Yes.
Would it be in order if I push with only one hand? I've touched rheumatism in the shoulder. You see, my sister makes me have breakfast by the window. The draught comes right through to the door.
If you're not fit for frontline duty, Godfrey, you shouldn't come at all.
I didn't want to disappoint you, sir.
Well done, Godfrey. Stand by to push. Take it away, Jones.
That's it. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Num, 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 num. Num, 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 num.
Jones.
Vroom, vroom,
Jones.
vroom. Num, 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 vroom.
Jones! This isn't an exercise, it's the real thing. Let the clutch in.
Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't know what I was thinking about.
Push. you've made of your uniform.
Hey, should we not be using the sawdust, Captain Mannering?
Yes, of course we should. Shove it underneath the wheel.
Right, sir.
Now, all push when I give the word. And Jones, you let the clutch in when I give you the signal.
Excuse me, sir.
Right.
Perhaps Pike should stand back this time.
Certainly not. If you go on mollycoddling that boy, he'll finish up a complete Nancy. Get him in place, Pike. Right. Stand by. Push. You nearly got it that time.
Yes, I got it all right. Stuck in the mud, are we?
Ignore him, Wilson. I don't want you to lose your temper with him.
Dear, oh dear. Playing at mud pies, are you? You wait till Mummy sees you.
Go on, son, give us a push. Help the war effort.
It's no use just pushing. You want to lift the back at the same time. You come and lift down the back here with me, Mr. Hodges. I'm not standing where you are. All that mud and stuff will come flying all over me.
Jonesy, try to reverse. Then we can go out the way we came in.
That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Right. 1, 2, 3, lift! Stop, it's no good.
I'll say it isn't. Look at you go to me, you ruddy hooligans!
Let's try the planks. Get the planks out.
We left the planks at the hall, Mr. Mannering.
Left them in the church hall. Put somebody on a charge, Wilson.
Miss Mannering? We could take the doors off the van and use those.
Good idea. Give me a screwdriver, Jones.
You can't have my doors.
Why not? Won't do them any harm.
I do not wish to appear insubordinate or mutinous in my manner, sir. I must stand up and boldly defy you, sir, or even threaten you with blackmail.
Are you saying?
Good. I'll cancel your offer and put you on my sausage blacklist.
Steady on, Jones.
I have a blacklist of certain people I will not supply sausages to, and I'll write your name down on that list. I'm sorry, Mr. Mannering. I never thought I'd utter these words to you, but you've driven me to it.
Captain Mannering, why didn't we ask yon Warden fella to give us a wee bit too?
That's a good idea.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
If I may say so, I think we should be very diplomatic with him.
Oh, don't worry. I will. Hey, you, Hodges. Come here.
You've done it.
Be good enough to give us a tow, will you?
Give you a tow? What have you ever done for me?
There's a large military convoy due along this road, and we're responsible for seeing that it gets to its destination.
Well, that's your hard bun, mate.
Oh, very well. In the name of the King, I requisition your vegetable van.
Oh, no, you don't. That van's full of logs for the warden's post, and I'm going to deliver it. So if you don't like it, you know what you can do. Why don't you shoot him, Mr. Mannering? Come on, you've got the authority. You can shoot him.
I said be quiet.
Hey, look. Look, he's trying to drive around same as me. You'll get stuck just the same as we did.
Oh, no, I won't, you dopey-looking thing.
Hey, who do you think you're calling a dopey-looking thing?
I won't get stuck, mate, because I've got it up here. I've got a back round and the driving wheels will be leading, like they are in a four-wheel drive. That's where you want it, sonny.
You could shoot him, Uncle Arthur.
Go away, Frank.
All you want to do is use your loaf. Don't just stand there. Give us a push.
Do we help him, sir?
No. Just come away.
Hey, what about asking them to give us a hand?
You stuck, Mr. Mannering?
Well, only slightly, but we'd be glad of a few willing hands to give us an extra push.
Come on, boys and girls, I need a bit of a push. Come on, all right, girl, I'll give you a hand.
We'll soon be out now.
I don't think they're going to be very much help, sir.
Oh, this won't do at all. We'll manage, thank you. Go back on again.
All right, boys and girls, back on the bus. Come on, back on the bus.
Tell you what, I'll come near enough to tie the rope on, then I'll reverse and pull you out. The ground's all right here. Everybody else.
Oh, come on, boys and girls, everybody off.
You know, I'm terribly sorry about all this, Mr. Blewett. It certainly seems a very strange way to spend your annual party.
Well, it's better than sitting in that drafty church hall listening to those boring old songs.
But you said you liked my songs.
Right, here we go.
Where'd you get stuck?
Look, I'm just about fed up with your pessimistic attitude, Wilson. Anyone can see the ground is perfectly sound over there. The driver knows what he's doing.
Right. Henry?
Yeah.
I think you ought to know something. The bus is stuck.
What?
Captain Mannering,
Yeah.
I suppose you realise the convoy will be coming down the road 15 minutes from now.
Right, Duke, you're right, Fraser.
Lorries will be piled up for a mile or more. Chaos, it'll be sheer chaos, and you're responsible. There'll be a laughing stock, man, a laughing stock. I just thought you ought to know.
We could divert them at the crossroads.
Let me divert them at the crossroads, sir. I'd like to volunteer to do that.
It's 5 miles away. It would take you an hour, even if you ran.
Which you can't.
Hey, look, Mr. Mannering. You could get a lift on that motorcycle.
Look, there's Captain Mannering and a lot of people.
Oh, no. Hide.
But I can't hide in this.
Well, let's pretend we haven't noticed them.
Give me my bike, how dare you?
It's not your petrol. I pinched it from the vicar.
Yeah. What do you do gallivanting with him?
I've done nothing to be ashamed of, Mr. Jones. Mr. Yateman said he'd take me to pick bluebells.
That's my husband you've got there. You said you was going to be all day repairing the organ.
And what about you? You said you got to go to an affair at the WVS.
But I'll take full responsibility. Norman. I don't care, Beryl. Let the world know. It's been 12 years of heaven, and now we must face the music.
Mr. Yateman, I must warn you, if something has been going on, I may have to reconsider your position in the church.
Oh, the scandal. Those pointing fingers, those wagging tongues.
There aren't no bluebells at this time of the year.
Oh, you must sort this out some other time. In the name of the king, I requisition this motorbike. Oh, Mr. Yateman.
Oh, no, you don't. Come on. I'm going to get a tractor to tow me out.
In that case, you can give me a lift to the crossroads.
All right, get on the back and start bumping.
What are you talking about?
Bump up and down to get us through the mud like they do in the scrambles. You've seen them.
Pike, get in and start bumping.
Young Mannering shouldn't have been doing that at his time of life.
In the ordinary course of events, we'd all be sitting round the fire reading something.
Go on. Bump up and down. Bump. Pike. I'm bumping. Some more. Keep bumping. I am bumping. I'll bump more.
Come on, Sergeant Wilson, we can manhandle it. All right, we can manhandle it. Come on. Ready, boys?
All right, ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Come on, lads.
Captain Mannering, you've left us a little bit behind.
You ruddy hooligans! Look what you've done to my bike. You ruined it.
You know, you're very heavy-handed with vehicles, Mr. Mannering. You should cherish them more, and they would respond likewise.
Why did we get the steam engine to pull us out?
Because, Wilson, we have no coal.
Yes, but Hodges' van is full of logs.
Wondered how long it would take you to think of that. Right. Get the wood off Hodges' van.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not having my wood, and that's final.
You really ought to shoot him, Mr. Mannering.
Quiet, for heaven's sake.
Get the wood onto the fire. Fraser, you know how to drive this steamroller?
Aye.
Right, put it into position.
Right, sir.
Pike, disconnect the trailer.
Yes, Mr. Mannering.
Excuse me. Stop the music, Mr. Mainwaring.
Good. Stupid boy.
Captain Mainwaring?
Yes?
I've just been thinking. My sister Dolly's Auntie Elsie's got a cottage at the crossroads. I could telephone her from that telephone box, and she could divert the convoy. She's little, but she's very determined.
I think that's probably our best chance, don't you, Wilson?
I think it's our only chance, sir.
Right, make the phone call.
Yes.
Get that steamroller moving.
Round a bit. Bit more. That's enough. Hello? Hello? I think the line's out to forward to Mr. Mainwaring.
Mr. Mainwaring, the wire's down. Whoa, you've really done it now, haven't you? That convoy will come piling up the road and there's nothing you can do about it. Don't you believe it? My men will have this lot joined up in no time. Where there's a will, there's a way. Back off, Fraser. Bit more. Bit more. Bit more. Bit more. Bit more. Contact!
All right, Captain Mainwaring!
Right, put the tuppence in, Wilson.
Good morning, operator. Will you give me Warmington on C302, please?